Hi, good day to all. Well, I said I might make a video after the FOMC meeting, which I decided to do. There's not much happening in the market. Everywhere we have to wait for the market to pull back to certain levels or break certain levels to trade. So I decided to make a video so you can see what I'm busy watching in the market and what scenarios I want to happen before we trade it. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Alright, let's start here with Euro US dollar. And as you can see, this is a weekly chart. If this was an A here and a B there, C and a D leg on a weekly, nice A, B, C, D, and then we started here with A and a B on top there, C here, and a D would finish there by that 100 there. The fib on the weekly from the swing high to the swing low there is these levels you see here. There the 100 is sitting there again, which to make a double top. So there is room up before we start hitting sort of resistance there. And let's go have a look at the daily. Alright, here on the daily we haven't you can see we're bullish, and we've got this beautiful sort of trend line, support trend line coming sloping up here. We're still above the 20-day moving average on a daily. We got nice bullish candles, so our trend is definitely bullish. And as I said, we're above this level here, right there, and we've got room up to that area over here, which we identified on the weekly. So there is room up for a trade. And let's zoom in further and go to a 4-hour. There's not much here on this chart. Everything is sloping up to the top of the MACD. No divergence, nothing. So let's look at the 4-hour. Alright, on the 4-hour we have a still a nice bullish candle there. If we had to flip from the last thrust move up from there to there, then you got a nice confluence here. There we have a level over there which comes from the weekly, and we have a 37% over here which comes just from the last thrust move. So a nice confluence area. So if we can get on the 4-hour, go all the way back there and then get candle info to go long, that would be a good long area to go long. So we'll wait for that level, and when we get there, see what happens. And we must probably still stay above this moving average too, which will continue something like that. And no divergence in the bottom here yet. And let's go look at the hourly. For more aggressive type of entry on the Euro US dollar, we can look at the hourly. And here, if we take the last thrust move from there to there, then our 37% comes in here, which is also acted as a type of resistance, and then became support for that candle. So nice confluence area here. And for more aggressive move to buy, I'm going to look at when we get to this level here, it's also a confluence of that 25 on the weekly. So a nice area here. So if we can, this market is going sideways right now over here, and was probably, hopefully it will break down and have a move down to the 37%. Now on the euro, it's very technically traded. They will buy the 37. It just depends on how far can we go up then. So we will look at candle info here and take a small long here and see what happens, and hopefully we can maybe from here start moving up again. Otherwise we'll wait for, if this trade does not work, we wait for a 4-hour for a pullback to the 37%, and which we identified on a 4-hour, and buy there on candle info. So that's on the euro. Alright, here we are on the pound weekly, and as you can see, also nice bullish candles. Last video I mentioned about this bullish weekly candles on the pairs, and if it wasn't for news, it would have been the perfect area to go long. we've got this trend line on the bottom here, and we got a low there, a low there, or a higher low here. So we got this upsloping trend line, and then we could redraw this trend line again, and a little bit higher, and then after that you could redraw it again. Now what this actually means is that this currency is picking up speed. It doesn't come back all the way here before it bounces, and again here on this pair here, it didn't come all the way and bounce there. It turned around there, took out this high and made a new high already now. So it's sort of picking up speed. That's how you can look if the currency is strong or not, by the way. So let's go look at the daily. Okay, on the daily, you know where all that lines on the bottom come from now. We're still above this 20-day moving average, which must probably do something like that. If we had to flip this last low we made here, you see we're making lower lows, and then we turned around. Now this last thrust move from there to there, we've got a nice 37% retrace level, which is sort of acted as resistance there, yet acted as support, and this is the 37% level. So the daily looks like if a pound keeps going down, it will make a beautiful daily reversal candle, and hopefully we can bring it down all the way down to that level before we get back on and join the uptrend that is developing again because of what happened with the dollar on the FOMC meeting. So on a daily, that's a level we can watch to buy the currency. Not much here on the MACD, so let's go to a 4 hour. Alright, on the 4 hour, we got a nice inside candle here on the 4 hour. If we take that low out there with a close below, and maybe even a close below at 12.5, then we'll definitely get down to the 25% over here. By the time that happens, we might be right at this trend line here to give us sort of a support, and then a bounce back up to follow the trend. The only thing here is we're starting to get some divergence on the histogram and on the MACD, and so if we make a close below this trend line, then we can short it, and this will become target 1, and that swing there, which is a supply point, and that supply point will all become targets. There's lots of room from here down to there. It's nice, lots of, as I would call, free space. So we'll see what happens here. If we get a bounce here of candle info, we buy. If we break a trend line, it will be a great short because of our divergence that's kicking in there as well. So that's on the 4 hour. Alright, if we zoom in on the 1 hour, I took a small short on the euro and the pound on the MetaTrader 4 program. If you got it on, you would see that. And I'm just going to go put it at break even when we get here to 37 and see if I can get through that level. In case the 4 hour will hold and we do get a better retracement than just that. Now if this market is going to stay strong, we will get a bounce from the 37. I already know that the traders will most probably, if there's no news, they will buy this level for a bounce back up first again. Then you can flip the level from there to there, and at the 37%, which will be there somewhere, it will come down and attack this line breakthrough, and then have your continuation again. So we'll watch what it does when it gets there, but at this stage I don't, if I buy there, it will be a small buy, and this is on the hourly, and we're trading the 4 hours, so I'll need a 4 hour confirmation to basically buy from there. Let's look at some other pairs. Okay, let's have a quick look at the euro pound. Here's the weekly. On the weekly, we're starting to get some divergence on the histogram, and we've got an important level right above there, resistance, and further up where it made double top. another resistance, but this is on a weekly. So right now the weekly is bullish, but we'll need to close above that line for us to really be buying the euro pound. Let's zoom in a bit. Alright, on the daily, as you can see, we already got divergence here. Then we had a high, which is that point there. Here we had on the MACD a lower high already, but a higher high here. So that's where divergence comes from. We might be making a double top here. Doesn't mean to say it will happen. I'll keep a trend line here. If we get a close below this trend line, we might have a nice short here on the daily. But let's look at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we'll be watching our line to top here. If we get a close on the 4 hour above here, we can look at the long, and if we get a short below this line here, we're going to look for a short trade, and there's a supply point and there and there. So hopefully that if we can make that the first target, then hopefully we can the risk reward will work out alright, depending where we got to put our top there. So for 4 hour we're watching, we can trade to a top or to a bottom, we just got to watch. I'm watching the US dollar CAD also. This is a weekly on it. As you can see, very strong bearish, and nothing much to see except that we're below this 20-day moving average, below the trend line, and forming another strong bearish candle. Right, on our daily, we are getting some divergence on the MACD. You can see there, that level there is there, and that level there is that point there, and already it started going up. So maybe we'll make a double top on the daily with a candle forming now, and the divergence is there, so we just got to get some candle info. Let's zoom in a bit more. Alright, here we're on a 4 hour. I don't really want to short this pair because I think that we'll get some retracements on all the majors before continuing in the direction that they are moving, and we've got this divergence as well, which is sort of a warning sign. So we already came down here, went to a 37% retrace, and started moving down and went back to the 37% retrace. So the market is strong in a down move trend, as we saw earlier, but right now what would be a nice move is that if a divergence kicks in and we actually start moving back up again, get a nice little retrace, and then a close above that level, then we can go long. Our first real demand point would be there, depending on FIB levels, and there's some nice lots of free space above this level where we can go long. So I'm only going to look for long in the US. Just a little note while you're reading the disclaimer, I had to cut the video a bit short because of time constraint on YouTube, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of deeper insight of how I look at the currency pair and maybe learn something from that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.